Join us in this episode as we rock and roll our way from Goldsmith Island to Long Island in the heart of the Whitsundays. We anchor off the mothballed Happy Bay Resort and get amongst the rainforest before trying to rediscover Karen's childhood pirate cave. In our galley, Karen invents a new fish dish, so different it hasn't even got a name yet. Maybe you can help us out and think up a clever title for this super tasty recipe.
Well, the wind turned more easterly yesterday afternoon and turned our lovely comfortable anchorage at Goldsmith Island into roly-poly miserable overnight. Karen's not enjoying this.
No, I just like every time we put the camera on, the sea settles. I like it. So we're just going to keep running out of battery on all of our devices.
Is that why you put it on the seat, left it recording when you went down below?
Oh, yeah, because I needed to go for a pee, and it is very difficult in this conditions to go for a pee, believe me.
The conditions are just a bit rolly, so we've done the right thing. We're harnessed on. The crazy thing is we always harness on the weather side, right? So that if the boat lays over, you're supported. The wind's right up the bum. Which side do you harnessed on? We'll roll over that way, then we roll over that way.
Like we are now.
So we've taken an each way bet. I'm harnessed on the starboard side, Karen's harnessed on the port side, and I'm getting my aerobics workout while Karen's slippery bum does its thing sliding across the seats again. And now it's raining. You believe that?
and everyone thinks our sailing life is champagne on turquoise blue water. Flat blue water.
Rain today?
No, it did say we had 2% chance, didn't we, of 1 mil.
It actually said, it actually did say, I think, 15% chance of less than 1 mil. It is definitely going to be less than 1 mil. Not enough to roll down the clear at the moment.
No, it's not.
Well, the 20 knots hasn't really arrived. We're getting along with about 12 to 15 knots apparent. So we rolled the reef out of the mainsail to give us a little bit more power. She's all the way to the top now. And the headsail is still getting along reasonably well with its pole. The swell's a lot more behind us now, but still a bit rolly. All in all though, pretty comfortable sailing. I didn't mean to interrupt your book.
Oh well, it's nice weather now, really, isn't it? We're rolling along, but the sails are set quite nicely and the swell's at a better angle, which is always good. It's not slapping at us and driving us down. It's just rolling along behind us. Very nice. To my book. That swell has died down a little bit, so we have decided it is time to get the rod out. The Spiro rig is going out. Let's see how long it takes us to pick up one. The wind's come around slightly, so we've actually need to jibe the main across. We're holding both the Yankee and the main okay at the moment, but we are needing to turn to port soon, which will change the wind direction once again, and we'll probably have to jibe the main back. We'll see how we go. We're still doing about 6.5 knots, Rob, average?
5.5 to 6.5.
Yeah. Swell has died down a little, which gives us a more gentle ride. Orange and coconut cake with a nice cup of tea.
Not bad.
Now this is nice sailing, Rob. Downwind, flat seas. We've just entered the channel between the mainland and Long Island, and we've still got 12 knots. There's apparent wind there.
Now background on our starboard side, so the sails are very heavy.
Yeah.
And we're getting along at 6.5 knots.
Very nice. And we have the tide with us. We've timed it so that we've got the tide running with us through this Long Island Sound, otherwise it is very, very hard to get up with a sailboat. We would be going backwards. Long Island is the closest of the Whitsunday Islands to the mainland. It's straight across from the Conway National Park, which is just over here on our port side. And we have this narrow pass of water, Long Island Sound. And as its name suggests, it is a long island by 9 kilometres long, but it's only 400 metres wide, but quite mountainous. Rob's actually having a few of these wind tunnels come down over these mountains, which gives you a bit of fun steering at times, doesn't it? So it's dropped right down to 4 knots, and then we'll be back up to 12 very quickly.
Going to head into the beach at Happy Bay and check out some of these national park walks. Karen used to explore this island as a kid.
Yeah.
You're going to be my guide.
Oh, your guide.
You remember where everything is?
It's been a few years, Rob, but anyway, there's some beautiful caves, and I know that the walks are really quite spectacular because you get a lovely view right down the passage, the main passage, Whitsunday Passage, so let's go.
We've got to do our walk and be back before the water runs away, because we've got 4 metre tides here in the Whitsundays. So everything that's currently water, well, within about 100 metres of the beach, turns into dry reef at low tide.
The resort at Happy Bay is one of many currently closed on the Reef Islands. Unlike some though, it is being well maintained, hopefully to see more holiday makers sometime in the future. We planned to do the circuit around the northern end of the island, but just finding the start of the trail was a challenge. Unlike all other national park walks we've experienced, this one did not appear to be maintained at all.
Looking a bit challenging through here. Not quite sure why there's a wire fence, but anyway.
After scrambling over rocks and treading carefully for about 100 metres, The walk opened out into a more normal trail and was pretty good the rest of the way.
Rob, being the gentleman that he always is, up front getting rid of all the cobwebs for me and hopefully chasing away those snakes. Whitsunday Islands are known to have snakes, including taipan. So it's nice he's taking the front lead. Short answers, this is difficult. We didn't quite make it back in time for the dinghy still be floating. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't stop and take so many lovely pictures. Poor Rob. He's now having to manhandle the dinghy back into the water.
I think we've done pretty well. We're on our way back to our Dreamtime. A lot of rain on the mainland. We got the lightest drizzle, so got out of it lightly, I think. Would have been nice to have clear views up the Whitsunday passage, but it was a great walk anyway.
The showers blew through reasonably quickly, and by late afternoon the sky was clear for a spectacular sunset over Conway National Park.
This afternoon we're heading into Happy Bay once again, into the resort, the closed resort. Just coming through on what they have got is a setup of a leads out on the outer beach area, which gives us a clear entrance into the beach past most of the actual exposed reef.
I just said most.
Yeah, well, still pretty clear compared to the rest of it. Going to head off on another walk across to the other side of the island and have a look at the sandy bay across there, as well as a child I remember there were plenty of caves over there that we used to play pirates and goodness knows what else in, so I'm going to check them out and see whether I can find them. Here we are on the windward side of the island.
Looking out across the Whitsunday Passage towards Whitsunday Island and Hamilton Island down in the distance, and Pelican Island in front of us. Let anyone tell you that nature's not hardy. How is this tree? Just in the middle of nowhere on the spit of rock between the island and this little outcrop, and it survives. So Karen has recollections of playing pirates on this island and hiding in caves. Be interesting to see what I find. The thick canopy of vegetation could just about create a cave for a child's imagination. Or perhaps one of these indents into the rocks. I shall continue my circumnavigation and see what we discover. There's definitely magnificent scenery from the side of Long Island. Looking south through the Whitsunday Passage with Lindeman Island down there, across the passage to Dent Island. There's a lighthouse on the southwestern side, and past these rocks we're looking at Whitsunday Island. And in behind that round island I think we're looking into the area of Shute Harbour. I think I found the cave, or what was the cave. That is all a fairly recent rockfall. And you look up there, and it's all come from up there. So there would have been a cave right there. And all I can say is, thank goodness there were no pirates playing in there at the time that all fell down. And whatever treasure was in that cave is there to stay.
One of the delights of actually climbing over these rocks are finding beautiful black lip oysters. Look at that. Yum.
I found your cave.
And did you find any treasure?
I bring you treasure.
What do you bring me?
I bring you. Have a look at the size of that oyster.
Whoa! And here I've been collecting my own oysters down here, and that one is massive.
So I just grabbed the one, but it's
Oyster heaven?
oyster heaven. Who knows, you could have a pearl.
Let's see.
And interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you weren't playing in the cave.
Why?
Because the entire rock roof of it has fallen in.
Wow, it was a few years ago that we were there. Wow, what an oyster.
Here in the Whitsundays, when the tide goes out, the tide goes out. There's our dinghy in the far distance. We anchored it out there and it is just afloat. It's just our Dreamtime and one catamaran in the entire anchorage. Very peaceful, very calm.
Hi everyone, tonight we're doing mackerel and we are going to do an Asian style paste with a bit of a twist of some Aussie ingredients. So if you've actually got a name for this one and you can come up with a great name for it, I'll certainly put it on the top of the recipe. But we'll start off by doing the paste. Oh, I should mention I have my fillets over here and I've got them in some lime juice, some vegetable oil and some salt and pepper. And I've had them in the fridge just curing a little bit for about half an hour. And the paste is going to be some turmeric, chili, garlic, of course, some beautiful fresh ginger, and then some red onion. Now this is going to form the paste that I'm actually going to put onto the fish, and then we're going to add some more lovely ingredients. Again, some onion, but some lemon myrtle and some coriander seed and some gorgeous kaffir lime, and wrapped up in the parcel with the fish will also be some lemongrass. Just popping your oil in on a medium to high heat and just bringing the oil to a shimmer. That's what we want. We don't want it piping hot and smoking. We just need it to a shimmer. If it starts to, you can see that. And then we're going to pop in the paste that we made. We're going to cook out the raw ingredients. That's the key to this, is
There's a lot of raw garlic, raw onion, raw ginger. You need to actually bring all of those beautiful flavours together, and the way of doing that is to cook it. Just need to let this cook through for a couple of minutes. You'll really smell when it's ready because those macadamias, you'll get that nutty smell. Just add a little bit of water. This just brings that paste together a bit more. Just a little bit at a time. We really need that sourness of the onions to cook out, and being red onions, they will go quite sweet. That will balance out the meal when we have the fish already curing in some lime juice. Then we'll have the nuttiness of the macadamia and the heat of the ginger and of the chilli. Smelling good, Rob?
Smells great.
You can't help but smell it. He's just over there in the nav station. Nice and close.
Working on the next vlog.
Yay!
Or should I be getting out the, what do you think, a Sauv Blanc?
The Sauv Blanc would be very nice with this.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, so from here, I just want to pop in that kaffir lime leaves, 3 of them. Now the recipe will be in the next vlog and also on our Galley's webpage. So you can follow it later with all the ingredients and all the amounts that you need. Just Karen has to remember to write it up tonight before I forget. That raw onion taste has totally disappeared now, and all we've got is a sweetness. Just needing the garlic to tone down a bit, so we'll just cook it for a little bit longer. Macadamias work so nicely in this. Asians would probably use, I mean Indonesians, Thais, they would probably use candle nut, and the closest that we have to that sort of thing is macadamia, and I think macadamia has an oilier taste, which I think is much nicer than something like this. The chili just hit the back of my throat. There we go. It took that long, but it has got a little aftertaste. But it's not hot, it's just a taste. Okay, we'll remove that from the heat. And I'll just pop in lemon myrtle and the coriander seeds. Stir around. Okay, we'll let that cool. So I don't want to put it on the raw fish hot. So we'll just let it cool in the pan for a little while, and then we'll get to the next stages once it's cooled. Our next step is we actually have our fish now. We've taken it out of the oil and the lime juice and the seasoning, and I'd normally use banana leaf or pandanus leaf. We don't have that on the boat at the moment, so our foil is going to be our packaging for tonight onto the barbecue. This area here is where the bones have been taken out of the mackerel. Now I'm just going to pop in some lemongrass, which I have bruised so that the aromas come out. Pop that into the pocket there, and then with our paste, I'm going to pop it on. nice covering all the way down. I need to get my hands. It's my own food, so my hands are clean. Smell great. And then just a wee little sprinkle of onion again. Just this is going to give it a bit of a bite. The rest of it's cooked out. These are right. I just wash my hands and I'll show you how to wrap them up. So just turn up corners, wrap it across and across, and we'll do 2 layers. So this is my first layer. They do, oops, look much better in banana leaf or pandanus leaf, but can't be choosy on a boat. There we go. And we shall pop those on the hot plate and then move them up onto the top tray to cook them through.
So have you come up with a name for it yet?
No, so what I figure is when we post these photos, we'll ask for a name, and the best name I'll actually pop onto the recipe. What do you reckon?
In other words, you can't think of it.
No, I can't.
It does look nice, sweetheart.
It smells good, doesn't it? And I like the addition that we've used some Australian ingredients in there with the, you know, the typical Asian ones with the ginger and chili and garlic. So let's see.
Dig in.
Oh, beautifully through. Well done, Mr. Obed, on the barbecue.
And the
Oh
verdict?
yeah, it's good. You really don't need yours.
Yes I do. Camera's off. I'm going to eat now. If you're enjoying our videos, please make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really does help us with YouTube to reach more people. If you also hit the bell button, you'll be notified each time we release a new episode. Come sail with us again soon.